And in case you're wondering whether the expression the great city is referring to Babylon, let's continue reading. And the cities of the nations fell, and great what? Babylon was remembered before God to give her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Is God going to pour out his wrath upon Babylon like he did upon Israel in the Old Testament because of her abominations, because of her fornication, because of the wine that she gives to the nations, etc., because she shed innocent blood? Absolutely. This is a repetition of history. But at the end, it's global. In other words, the history of Israel is a model in miniature. It's a small-scale model of what is going to happen on a global scale at the end of time. Now you say, what are the three parts of Babylon? Revelation 16 and verses 13 and 14. Revelation 16, 13, and 14. It says, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon. There's one. Out of the mouth of the beast, there's two. And out of the mouth of whom? Out of the mouth of the false prophet. What are the three parts of Babylon? The dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. In lecture number 10 of this series, we're going to talk about the beast. In lecture number 11, we're going to talk about the false prophet. And in several lectures, we're going to talk about the dragon. You see, the beast is the same as the harlot. The false prophet is the same as the harlot's daughters. And the dragon is the same as the kings. In other words, at the end of time, there's going to be a threefold alliance between the beast or the harlot, the false prophet and the daughter or the daughters, and the kings or the dragon. And they're going to all join together in opposition against God's people. Those are the three parts of Babylon. But who is the main protagonist of the story? Who is the one who's moving all the strings? It is the harlot or the beast, because the Bible says that the whole world wondered after the beast. It says that the harlot sits upon multitudes, nations, tongues, and peoples. In other words, the beast and the harlot do the same thing. They control basically the world. And the kings go along, and the daughters also go along, just like in the story of Elijah. Now, let me ask you, are the kings eventually going to hate this system? Revelation 17, verse 16. Of course, all of this is coincidence. I don't think so. There's too many parallels. Revelation 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which you saw on the beast, those represent kings. You can read in Revelation 17. These will what? Hate the harlot, make her desolate, and what? Naked, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Let me ask you, in the light of all of this, what does God invite his people to do? Let me ask you, are there a lot of God's people in these systems? Are there a lot of people that belong to this system which is known as the harlot? Oh, sure. Are there a lot of God's people in the system that's known as the false prophet? Absolutely. Are there many of God's people even among the kings of the earth or the rulers of the earth? Absolutely. So what does God say to them? Revelation 18, verses 1 to 5.